Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a spine-chilling story about a coffin that causes quite the stir. Beware, a fox fled swiftly, while the folks carefully carried in the huge coffin, setting up a mysterious protection circle with sticky rice and horse blood to prevent weird occurrences. Xia Yong's aunt rushed over. Everyone wondered how she'd handle it, but she looked puzzled and said she'd never heard of the coffin. She confidently claimed that the person inside had nothing to do with their family, and Lao Kui curiously asked how she was so sure. Auntie revealed a family secret. Xia Yong's grandfather was a Japanese collaborator who forgot his identity to join the Japanese. To become a little Japanese, he tossed aside his Korean identity, talk about going overboard for patriotism, and this shepherd was actually Lao Kui. This shepherd was chosen by Japanese Feng Shui master Murayama Junji, but Auntie couldn't understand why her traitor father was picked. Anyway, after Auntie finished her tale, she told Lao Kui and the others not to worry about the coffin, since Xia Yong was as good as gone. She'd handle all the expenses. After saying that, she left. Lao Kui and the others decided to take the coffin for cremation early tomorrow, after breakfast. Everyone found a spot to catch Sam's yes, while Lao Kui planned to make do in the car and hit up a certain mysterious sister. He asked his sister about Murayama Junji, a Japanese Feng Shui master, and she replied her master had met this incredible person during colonial times. She described that Jude is exuding a vibe so eerie it could make your hair stand on end. This made Hua Ling's alarm bells go off. Just as she finished speaking, an old man's shadow suddenly appeared behind Hua Ling, giving her quite the scare. That night, Rom Zhen and Feng Jai also fell victim to sleep paralysis one after another. In the haze, Feng Jai saw a monk standing on top of her, struggling but unable to move. Thankfully, she eventually woke up. She realized the monk wasn't just messing around, so she quickly got up to look for him, yet she searched the temple high and low, but no sign of the guy. Finally, she checked the lock on the coffin storage room and planned to head back for more rest. At that moment, a bone-chilling noise hit her ears. As she slowly approached and peeked through a hole, she was horrified to see several torn-apart pigs in the pig pen, and a person was struggling nearby. Faced with such a horrifying sight, Feng Jia bolted back to the temple, blissfully unaware of what was lurking along her path. Monk's body was tossed into a vegetable field. Upon returning, Feng Jia woke Hua Ling immediately. The two rushed to the coffin storage room, discovering that the chains that bound the coffin had all snapped. Looking at this, Hua Ling glanced up and saw a massive hole in the warehouse ceiling. Something must have flown right out. Realizing the gravity of the situation, she urged Feng Jia to wake the others while she cautiously approached Guangqiu. To her surprise, she fished out a samurai helmet from Guangqiu. Before Hua Ling had the chance to ponder over this peculiar situation, a loud and powerful stomp echoed from the doorway, something truly out of the ordinary. She then saw a giant in medieval Japanese armor right in front of her. What a spine-chilling first encounter this was. The giant looked at Hua Ling and bluntly asked if she was ready with silverfish and melon. Talk about a conversation starter, but she was utterly clueless. She stammered she'd prepare soon, but the giant was unfazed, frustrating. Realizing she had been caught, Hua Ling bolted outside, while the giant chased her down, the sound of his footsteps growing closer. Looking back, Feng Jia had timely arrived to block the giant with the metal rod. To her shock, as she turned around, the giant's massive hands clamped down on her head. To talk about life-threatening. Next, she witnessed that sharp giant hand plunging into Feng Jia's abdomen, causing her to faint instantly. It was utterly devastating. Just when danger was looming, a few crisp rooster crows echoed from afar, seemingly paving the way for them. The roosters crow, the beast clasped hands, shouting a Japanese incantation, instantly engulfed in flames. Oh my goodness. By the time Lao Kui and Rom Zhen arrived, all that was left of the monster was a massive ghostly flame shooting into the sky. What an enigma. As the ghost fire faded, Hua Ling hurriedly went to check on Feng Jia's injuries, and they were She rushed Feng Jia to the hospital, but the tragic incident at the temple quickly made the headlines. Hilariously enough, the culprit was declared to be a wild bear from the mountain. While waiting for Feng Jia's surgery, Hua Ling told Lao Kui it was a spirit, not a ghost at all. Lao Kui was puzzled and asked about spirits. Hua Ling said her grandmother called them the results of animals or human souls merging with objects. Due to harsh conditions, once they appear, they are hard to exterminate. Then she shared some mystical text she knew. After a while, Feng Jia finally stabilized, but remained unconscious. Hua Ling brought her sister and niece to help take care of her. Lao Kui, using Hua Ling's intel, uncovered Japan's secret plot to weaken Korea's fortunes during colonial times. Thus, they brought in Feng Shui masters to bury many iron bricks along the country's life vein, with even some members of a blood brotherhood trying to find and pull them out. In the temple, Lao Kui found an iron tool used by the blood brotherhood with odd mosquito engravings, deducing Xia Yong's ancestral grave might be where the iron bricks were buried. To confirm his theory, Lao Qiu returned to the grave alone, hoping to unearth some iron bricks. This would surely be a fantastic benefit to the nation and its people. However, soon after starting to dig, a sudden shadow startled him. The monster from last night had returned. Luckily, the beast was asleep, otherwise Lao Qiu would have been toast. At that very instant, Feng Jia in the hospital abruptly opened her eyes, only to unexpectedly call out for her master right there. Hua Leng, puzzled, asked who her master was, and Feng Jia coldly replied, "He who slaughtered thousands and became a god, my lord." Later, Lao Qiu learned Feng Jia was possessed and shared his findings, including the iron brick secret. However, Rong Zhen was utterly averse to digging iron bricks, as he was thoroughly spooked before.